Welcome. The Adventurers Guild told me to expect you to.
Nice to meet you, Arcon. We'd like to...
I see. So, Catherine, it's true that the Eremites' network is
Wait, serious?
Afraid so. The Eremites aren't terribly religious. We originally came from the desert. The gods there died off long ago. Since those days, it isn't just us, though. Have you asked?
Oh? What?
Just take the Academia, for example. They're the ones who truly rule Sumeru. Although they believe in God in their eyes, she was the one who founded Sumeru and gifted us with the Akasha. Because of the Academia's influence, most citizens are more familiar with greater, not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali never makes an appearance, and the Academia never announces anything about her, as far as the people of Sumeru.
Really?
Ha! But who knows? We're all just guessing when it comes down to it.
Alright, well...
Nope.
Seems Arcon was right about most people's attitudes here. Not only are they not interested in the Dendro Arcon, they even say stuff like, if the Akasha doesn't think I should know, then I don't need to know about it. We've been asking for information non-stop ever since we got to Sumeru. But the harder we try, the more helpless everything seems. Isn't there at least one person?
Oh, you two are interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh? Who are you?
From the sound of it, you two are Outlanders who recently arrived here. You've been asked... Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself.
Whoa, really?
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. But your conversation earlier did happen to remind me of a... Sure. It goes like this. Long, long ago, there was a man panicked by what he heard. The man sought out the Dendro Arcon in the hopes that she would bless him. The man journeyed across deserts and through rainforests and experienced tribulations of every kind. However, in despair, he thought, alas, the Archon has abandoned me.
Okay, and
then the calamity came. But to his own surprise, the man felt somehow emboldened by the trials of his journey. At that moment, a bird perched upon his shoulder. This bird was, in fact, oh, Archon Seeker, do you now understand? Along your journey, we were in every flower and blade of grass, every ray of sparkling sun, and every breath of dancing wind. So long as you continue to think and ponder, we'll be wherever you go.
yeah, thanks for the story.
In a way, it seems like the story.
Narzad, since you worship Lesser...
Of course. I'm terribly sorry, but it seems something's come up.
Hey, wait! What the heck just happened? It looks like they're searching for someone. This stinks! Let's see if we can...
Hey, have you two seen a brown-haired girl wearing a purple top and a...
did she have bandages wrapped around her wrist?
Yes, that's her. Did you see which direction she went?
Yeah, she went that way.
Quick, after her!
You might have been long.
Oh, it's you two. Oh, you startled me.
You can relax now.
Really? Thank you so much. Uh-oh, looks like there's some coming this way.
Huh? More of them?
No, wait, my body isn't in the best. Okay, sounds good. There's a tavern on the other side of the...
Alright, let's move out.
shouldn't be able to find us now. Wait! Stand down, Dia! My lady, who are these two? They're travelers that I met on the street just a moment ago. They happened to notice that you were all searching.
I see. In that case, you two should scram. There's nothing here for you.
Wait a sec! Who the heck are you?
I'm Miss Dunyarzad's bodyguard, here to see that she returns home safe and sound. My lady, let's get going. You've been gone for so...
And if I refuse to go with you?
It'd be easier for the both of us if you cooperated. But if you insist on...
Hey! Dunyarzad already said she'd...
Stay out of this. You don't understand. Sorry, my lady. Even though I'm your bodyguard, your parents are...
How much?
Wait, what?
How much more do I have to pay you to become your employer? So you never listen to my...
My lady, this isn't about Mora. I don't know what you think of us eremites, but let me say this. I like Mora, but I'll never... That's why I'm here looking for you. Sure, it's an order from my employer, but my conscience was also... And knowing your health, carelessly running around like this is gonna hurt you. For the sake...
No, you're wrong. I'm aware of my limits, and I know what I'm doing, and I know perfectly well that it makes no difference if I'm at home or not. I still won't accept reality, and every time I bring this up, they just change the subject. Yeah, I know it hasn't been easy for Mother and Father, and I'm grateful for everything because she saved me. The love I have, this is my life and my last chance.
My lady, are you sure what you're doing now is meaningful?
Yes, I'm sure.
Fine, I won't ask, but let me make something very clear. I'm only doing this because...
Thank you, Dia. Sorry for being so rude just now.
Don't worry about it, my lady. I did say that I like more. Today's little excursion caused such a ruckus that every single bodyguard at the estate was... Since this definitely won't be your last escapade, here's a little tip. You should at least make it look like your room and things are still in order when you leave. Also, you'll need... So, I'll let you hire me, my lady. This way, everyone wins. As for the pay, let's say...
Okay, deal.
Yay! Look what
I'm fine, really.
My lady, stop trying to look tough. We're already in a tavern, so let's rest up.
I'm sorry for worrying you too.
Sure! After you rest up.
Well, if it isn't Dick, word on the street is that you're a bodyguard for the...
You get used to it. How about a menu?
You got it, huh? Isn't this little Miss Homayani herself? We don't...
Thank you, sir. There's no need. I don't have a... please bring these to the best food you have. They're my new friends, so I want to be a good host for them.
Wait, we're paying for ourselves now? Aw, I'm kind of wondering...
How about our coconut charcoal cakes? They're our signature snack, and they run cheap. Look, other customers...
they look kind of burnt and dry. Buy my low pass. What do you have? Dunyarzad, we asked a lot of people when we first arrived.
Well, remember when you asked me if I knew how to meet the Dendro Arcon? Even though I don't know how?
Huh?
Yes, it was when I was a child. At the time, I was stuck inside and couldn't make any friends, and my parents did their best to find treatments for me. My younger self no longer had any hopes or dreams. One flare-up was so bad that I was in a semi-conscious state for several days. Then one night, I woke up alone in my room. At that moment, an ethereal voice spoke in my mind.
Dunyarzad, don't be scared. Who are you? How do I explain this? Really? Of course. I know that you're scared of thunder, that you hate... Wow, you really do know what Dunyarzad. Is there any what? Not really. Huh? But aren't you a child? All children have wishes. Can you... Oh.
Then, after that, the voice said, although my body was suffering during those days, that beyond my window was the flourishing Sumeru city. Beyond the city, once I finally made it through that bout of illness, I couldn't hear that voice anymore. I told my mother about it, but she said that I know that that voice wasn't a figment of my imagination. Yes, for sure. If it weren't for that voice, I would have never grown curious about the outside world. That voice sparked a desire for wisdom. I've been hoping for a chance to repay her kindness. In fact, I was right.
What's the subsidiary?
It's Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday, which was the day that she was found by this. It's actually an old holiday that originally celebrated Greater Lord Rukadabata's birthday. When she passed away, the holiday eventually became. I heard everyone was overjoyed when they welcomed her back to Sumeru. But because of the Academia's influence, the Academia actively participates in Sumeru's many holidays dedicated to Greater Lord Rukadabata. But when it comes to the Sub-Zero's festival, forget any funding. They practically act like it doesn't exist. Maybe they see Lesser Lord Kusanali's birth as confirmation of Greater Lord.
Aww.
It is. Sure, the Greater Lord founded Sumeru, but hasn't Lesser Lord Kusanali been the one quietly protecting us?
Just remember that we're still out in public.
I know that people over by the Grand Bazaar still hold the Sub-Zero's festival to this day, but I hadn't met any of them before. But recently, I made a friend there I gave her my savings because I want her to throw a wonderful festival this year.
Hold on, my lady, does this friend happen to be Nilu?
Yes, that's her.
I saw her leaving the other day with a nervous look on her face.
Yes. Initially, I didn't have much more prepared. So I've agreed with Nilu to meet up at the Grand Bazaar today and see how things are coming.
Sure, that's quite the trip, though.
No, that would be too much.
You might as well just accept the lift. If I let you walk, who knows how long it'll take us.
But of course, and Nilu will be thrilled to hear there are more.
Not completely.
Oh, meet the Traveler and Paimon, my two newest friends.
So your followers from another land? Oh, really? Well, by the
the way, you're very welcome. It's the only thing I could do.
Probably? It sounds fine. We've already... Wow!
Not bad.
The stairs were nothing. A little while ago, we discovered that the tree above the stage had a huge chunk of bark ready to fall off. We reported it to the academia many times, but they never sent anyone to deal with it. We didn't want anything bad happening.
Oh, probably because it was the theater.
The academia looks down on performers like us. They probably think it would be best if the theater closed down completely. We can't let that happen, though. Not only would everyone involved in the theater go hungry, but then we wouldn't be able to hold a thank the Dendro Arcon for Junior's Odd. But the more she gave us, we hired someone to patch up the tree, and we also gave the stage a much. The stage is going to be even prettier when it's festive,
And I can't wait to see you on the stage. You've been practicing.
Miru, what are you?
She'll be dancing the dance of Zeros, the most important performance.
Junior's Odd. Have you told?
I only told them about the Greater Lord and
Okay. And according to legend, the Sub-Zeros Festival was originally the goddess of a long, long time ago. On one of Greater Lord Rukadevata's, some of the gods got drunk. One started playing music, and the Greater Lord started singing as she danced upon the grass. Countless those brilliant purple flowers became her dazzling stage. All the gods clamored, "Oh, of course they did." When people mention the gods, they always, although they aren't around anymore, they're preserved in our tradition of dance. This outfit I'm wearing is apparently based on how the goddess of flowers looked. Though we're just tiny people compared to the divine, we still have to do our best to make sure that the birthday girl feels loved on her special day.
Milu, you of all people will definitely be able to convey our well wishes to the Dendro Archon.
They symbolize the goddess of flowers, after all.
Yeah. The Greater Lord brought forth Padisara's memory of the goddess of flowers. Was she
Thinking about the goddess of flowers dance makes me wonder if my stage were anything like that. So, Traveler and
all of Lesser Lord Kusanali's followers will be there for her birthday.
Ooh, Paimon thinks that's a great idea! Hey, come on! There's nothing wrong with enjoying a festival. Besides...
So how about we all attend the Sub-Zeros Festival together?
Junior's Odd, let me show you which stage decorations we've picked out so far. Everyone at the Grand Bazaar loves Lesser Lord Kusanali. In that case, we'll take a look. Whoa! What's with your yellow hair? And why do you know that the Sub-Zeros Festival is about to happen? There'll be loads of fun things to do at the festival.
Things are really shaping up, and there's a buzz around. Don't be fooled into thinking that Sumeru City has the best of everything. Some festivals snack bad when it comes to musicians, dancers, or singers. The Grand Bazaar's got the best of the best.
Dancing as a child. I even asked my grandmother why we performed the dance for my grandmother said that Greater Lord Rukadevata is a beloved deity and honored by all. And Lesser Lord Kusanali is too. The Sub-Zeros Festival has been losing its appeal over the years. That is, until a wealthy benefactor stepped in.
much about the Grand Bazaar, but I do know that the residents here have a penchant for song and dance. Do things at the Academia. Oh, and the perfume sold around here is a lot better than what you'll find elsewhere. The fragrance...
Milu, your outfit looks amazing.
I thought I'd add a little extra.
Wow. Did you?
Sewing is a fundamental skill for everyone in the theater company because we make all our own costumes. I've noticed that you can't keep your eyes off that crown. Of course. The legends say that the goddess of flowers had beautiful horns on her head, so this crown was made to reflect. Hey! Is that who planned on dancing it? It looks like Catherine! Come to think of it, Hyman's only ever seen her behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild. This is the first time we've ever seen her taking a break. Hey, Catherine!
Oh, hey! It's the Traveler in
Whoa! Break time Catherine sure sounds a lot less formal than usual. Hyman was still waiting for her to...
Sure. Standing behind the counter at the event, but saying and doing the same old things over and over again can get pretty monotonous. But take you two, for example. You
Well, we enjoy traveling across to that and all that.
Yes. You should keep searching. Sometimes the answers we're looking for aren't...
Haven't we heard someone say something pretty similar recently?
No, not particularly. I guess you could say that I'm loving the recent atmosphere here. Oh, it looks like...
Alright, we'll see you next time at the Adventures Guild. Oh, by the way,
I'm sure you two will get along well with the people here.
there's some...
Hey, Traveler.
Oh, hey, Tia.
I've got something to tell ya. My lady knows you're looking for ways to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali, and she's...
Are you serious?
It might not necessarily pan out, so don't get your hopes up too much. I'll need... my lady is feeling a little worn out at the moment. Milu's found a place for her to rest.
Sounds like a... Let's go over to the Citadel of Reza and wait for Tia.
Sorry, I'm late. It took some convincing for the master and mistress to believe that Miss Dunyarzad was only sitting in the port for a while because she was in a bad mood. Anyway, I guess I should be thanking you. I haven't seen Miss Dunyarzad that happy in a long time. If it wasn't for you two, she probably would have been caught and dragged.
You sure sound a whole lot nicer than when we first met, Tia. Who would have thought you had such a...
It's called being a professional. I'm a bodyguard, and I work for whoever's...
Look, Tia.
Listen, I don't expect to be working for Miss Dunyarzad very long, but I hope to finish things on a positive note if possible. Let's cut the chit-chat and head into the Citadel. We'll see if the... Oh, hey, Chief.
Ah, Dia, what are you doing here?
I take it you all...
We met this morning after the adventure.
No kidding. Huh. So, where's Rookshaw? I thought I'd help these two out by asking about the theft. Anything you can...
Rookshaw's gone over to the Academia. The Grand Sage recently ordered Sumeru City to begin bolstering its defenses, so people from all over have been called back to the city. Since you've already mentioned the theft, I suppose I might as well tell them what we know.
Appreciate it, Chief.
Theft? Sorry, what theft are you guys talking about?
Just recently, the Academia lost something, and there's a chance the item is connected with the Dendro Arcon.
I suppose that's one way to look at it. But if you ask, let me fill you in. The Academia recently sent a convoy to pick up an important package. The Grand Sage took the whole matter very seriously. Not only did he dispatch the Matra, but also enlisted our help in the search for leads. All we know so far is...
You two have heard of Port Ormos, haven't you? It's the largest commercial port in all of Sumeru. You can travel there by... The Academia's grip isn't long enough to reach all the way to Port Ormos, so the city's a little more laid back, meaning the population's also a mixed bag.
Apparently what was lost has a great deal to do with the Akasha, knowledge, and even the gods. If you're interested, maybe you can head to Port Ormos and ask around yourselves. If you want my advice, try introducing yourselves as students of the Academia once you...
Are you serious, Chief? All the Academia students are in Sumeru City, you know. Why should they pretend to be students in Port Ormos?
If you're also interested.
Count me out. I've got plenty of work to do, and take it from me. If you two really do decide to visit Port Ormos, you'd best watch your backs. Let's just say that there are even some extremists who go around shouting slogans like, "Retake Sumeru for the Scarlet King." Word is that more and more are joining their movement. They're becoming a real headache for Chief and the others.
You bet they are. The Scarlet King's been dead for thousands of years.
Not everyone's like you, Chief. Even the desert natives who abandoned their homes in the wilderness still wish to have a god of their own. Well, traveler...
Thanks, Gia! And you too! Since we've gathered all we could for the moment in Sumeru City, let's head to Port Ormos and see...
Miss Duyerzad is looking forward to seeing you both at the Sub-Zerus Festival. So, be sure to get yourselves back here. Good! Then we'll see you both at...
Come and have a good look yourself.
You've got a deal. I can't thank you enough for always looking after my...
Believe me, I'm not making this up. Several Aramite mercenary groups are nearly an open...
Wow! Talk about a hurry-burly! This place is busy! Oh, guess that's only to be expected for the largest port in Sumeru. Oh, we know that whatever the Academia lost is related to... Also told us to try posing as Academia students while asking around. Paimon checked the Akasha on the way here, and the Paimon doesn't get it. Won't we look even more suspicious going around saying we're Academia students and asking about the stolen item? Well, given all the people that come through here every day, if there's any information to be there...
Welcome.
Hi there. We would like to ask you a question.
Of course. Especially around this time of year. Students from Sumeru City that are about to graduate many people often talk about how hard it is to get accepted into the Academia, let alone graduate.
But those who finish their studies and go on to become... Sure, we may not be Sumeru City, but Port Ormos offers beautiful scenery and a stress-free environment. Ah, you see over there? Those are students from the academia. They've been looking worried and miserable ever since they got here. If you ask me, the life of a merchant is better. So long as the Akasha teaches us what we need, then...
Those students seem to be discussing some...
It's no good. I've tried asking around, but I haven't been able to learn anything useful. Not to mention that a bunch of scary-looking Eremite...
There's been a lot of fighting between the different Eremite factions in Port Ormos. If we choose to move on our own, that would be wise, especially the group that's constantly shouting some stuff about the Scarlet King and some resurrection. I've even heard that the Citadel of Regzar is starting to get fed up with them. What was that group called again?
They're called Ain El Akhmar. Today, I heard that the thing we're after might be in their possession at the moment. Wait, come again? Don't you see? Many of the Eremites in Port Ormos, they're usually pretty wary of outsiders, but not so with students of the academia. It's because the kind of goods that students are looking for aren't the kind of goods that Eremites are after. As long as they know you're a student. I've heard that Ain El Akhmar likes to set up shop at the Jafar Tavern. Supposedly, if you're willing to part with 500,000 Mora, they'll give you... Wait, did you say 500,000? If information alone costs that much, then how could we ever afford to buy what we're looking for? I guess we might as well give up on trying to graduate this way. I wouldn't worry too much. Our field of research is very niche. Who else could possibly be after that kind of shady knowledge? I bet it's practical. I guess that makes sense. And the only thing left for us now is to find a way in. Why don't we all just pool our money together and pay for the...
Whoa! Did you hear that? A niche field of research? And shady knowledge? It all sounds so... What's our plan? Wait! Didn't you hear what they just said? Buying information is going to cost us 500,000 Mora! Have you watched him? Oh, alright. Paimon never thought she'd agree to parting with that kind of Mora! About. Let's find a seat somewhere and see if we can spot the group they mentioned.
Oh, you've arrived. Please, take a seat. So, they think that they can go toe-to-toe with the boss? Ha! Once we reclaim the power of the Scarlet King, they'll be the first that the boss punishes.
They're nothing to be afraid of. Our main rival now is the Caracal Battalion. They've also amassed a significant amount of more of this.
How can the Caracal Battalion compete with the boss when they're nothing but a bunch of money-grubbing opportunists out for a quick Mora?
Yeah, with boss's fervent devotion, he'll be able to use this power.
All these guys talk about is the Scarlet King, so they're probably...
Greater Lord Ruka Devata. That traitor and her followers must not be spared. The day will come when the Scarlet King exacts vengeance on Sumeru, and all of them shall be punished.
Yeah, Paimon was wondering what they meant too.
How can there be hierarchy here? Welcome, guys. Show them what happened next.
Huh? Who are you? What do you want? A traveler?
Now's probably not the time to ask about that. Didn't the students say Eremites are wary of outsiders?
A student? Huh. What's a student from Sumeru City doing in Port Ormos? Ah, well, if it's info you want, you've come to the right place. The question is, can you afford it? Here, this is the merchant's address. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it there. Well, what are you waiting for?
Oh, that's right! We heard you mention the Scarlet King just now. We're actually interested...
Fine. Since you've already handed over the Mora, I guess I can... As you can see, members of Ain al-Ahmar are devout believers of the Scarlet King. Years ago, the Scarlet King founded the great desert nation that was our homeland. It was an advanced civilization. The Scarlet King was the rightful god of wisdom. But he was betrayed by a companion he trusted. She even... Greater Lord Ruka Devata, yes! That shameless wretch destroyed the Scarlet King's civilization, and our ancestors were forced to flee to this land, where we were made to suffer the tyranny of our enemies. Furthermore, she conspired with the Academia to cover up the truth of her actions, and create the merciful and benevolent facade for which she is now known. But the story doesn't end there, oh no. The Scarlet King isn't truly, mark my words, our god shall return. And when that day comes, all followers of the traitor and all the desert dwellers who have forgotten their true god will suffer retribution together. If what I'm saying makes you shiver with fear, it might not be too late for you to become a believer of the Scarlet King. I don't have anything to say to you Academia people about that. I think this conversation has reached... Not just yet. This man is a fraud.
Huh?
You again? Deranged Academia lunatic.
Yes, it's me again. I already warned you that if you weren't willing to sit and discuss things... Listen to me. That address he gave you is fake. Or at least, you won't find a merchant waiting for you there. This group has been boasting once you show up. They keep up the act until they have hard evidence that you want to purchase said item, and they use that to squeeze you for all...
Hey! Shut it all, Hatham! What are you playing at, trying to ruin...
I told you the other day. I wish to decide...
The boss made it perfectly...
Yes, and in no uncertain terms. But that was then. It does not preclude...
I'm warning you. Don't push us, or this could get ugly. We don't usually get rough with people from the Academia because it just...
If you're suggesting that we escalate this from a verbal exchange to a physical one, I accept. After all, even the Archons use... If, on the other hand, we can't agree on any means of negotiation at all, then I'm afraid I will jeopardize the Eremite's reputation. I am quite confident that if I began to take such action, your boss would willingly approach me himself. Also, a word of advice. I suggest you tell your boss exactly... Consider this. Have I ever...
This guy is really out of his mind.
Okay then. If you really have a death wish, let's meet a week from today. Appear in front of the Pharos Lighthouse, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, sharp. Don't expect us to hold back.
Not so fast. First, you return 500,000 more to them.
Please, I beg you, don't provoke them. We can't afford any trouble with this crowd. They haven't even paid for their food yet.
Ah, Mr. Iman. There appears to be fewer staff in the restaurant recently. Someone who chooses to do business with a group like that really can't afford to get so flustered the instant someone confronts them about it. Consider the meal compensation for our silence. I'd say you're getting an excellent deal.
Whoa! Did you see that? He not only got a plus, he seems to know a lot about what's going on around. Peter Shelly, after him!
What do you want? No need for thanks. My goal was to get to them, and you two... Oh, I advise you to keep your distance from them, since they weren't able to make off... Alright. Goodbye.
Hold your horses! We still have something... Since you tore through their scam right...
Who exactly are you two? And why are you inquiring about that? A student. Right. Look, you should know that those thugs conducting business with you had...
Huh? Oh, yeah! She's really strong!
She doesn't even have a vision.
Maybe not, but she can still use elemental energy. Otherwise, there's no way we'd go asking for info. Those high-headed thugs are definitely gonna bring a lot of backup for your next...
All right, I accept. Got a pen and paper? If you're searching for someone who will reconvene at the appointed time by the pier. It doesn't matter.
So, since you were happy to give us this much...
You were willing to part with 500,000 mora for something and you didn't... Okay. Well, if you truly are as skilled as you claim, then you can... Look, if you've been making inquiries, then you have to know something by now. Tell me what you know so far, so I don't...
We know it's connected to the academia somehow, and that not only do the Eremites deal in it, but some...
You know almost everything there is to know, but you're unable to compile this info. This is what you've been looking for.
Huh? I can't tell what it is.
This is a knowledge capsule. To put it simply, it's a vessel that can store a fix. Anyone who links it to their personal Akasha terminal instantly becomes privy to its contents. Correct. Anyone. Unlike the Akasha, which heavily regulates who can access what information. It's essentially a convenient and harmless vestibule for knowledge. Unfortunately, it's illegal in some... They were created as a means for scholars to transfer knowledge gained from Irminsul into the Akasha, and are intended to be destroyed immediately after use. But despite strict regulations, some of these knowledge capsules will always escape destruction. After all, there will always be those in this world who are dissatisfied with life as designed for them. Over the past century, a wide variety of canned knowledge has been leaked from the academia. Now, in Port Ormos, the valuable ones are a means to more. Meanwhile, those which the Eremites deem to be useless to them occasionally prove useful to the common citizens and have... Well, I think that about sums it up. So that's your true objective. With our current arrangement, I don't believe I can offer an answer. You're still resolved. Let's continue our conversation here. If you wish to learn more about the knowledge capsule that the Academia lost, then you must... I need you to find someone named Dory, a trap. Unlike the peddlers who hawk inferior knowledge capsules, she often has quality goods in stock. Some say that as long as there's profit, she's guarded against people from the Academia because most of her wares don't comply with Academia regulations. I think she blacklisted me. I met with her informant, but it soon became clear that they had no intention of letting me get any further. Become one of Dory's customers and earn her trust.
Why do you want us to meet with her?
Until you complete this task?
Fine.
You two are outland. Beyond the password, though, I have no way of knowing what other tricks you might have up her sleeve.
This is kind of nerve-wracking.
The true challenge begins after you meet her. She has a keen nose for Mora and a shrewd eye for wares, and she only likes customers who she... I'll prepare some funds for you. Buy her highest quality wares and earn her...
What? We only just saw a knowledge capsule for the first time! We don't know how to tell which...
That's true. Have you two heard of Elemental Sight? Oh? That's a surprise. Guess I'll have to hold... Here are 2 knowledge capsules. Tell me, can you detect any difference in the quality?
They look the same?
Try inspecting them with Elemental Sight.
How'd it go? Did you see anything?
Rumor has it that higher quality knowledge capsules generally appear bright. That's because knowledge originates from Irminsul, the root of Dendro power itself. The more powerful the knowledge... However, some canned knowledge with a high concentration of elemental energy is of little use in contemporary times, so those capsules are of little value. Using elemental sight is merely a stopgap measure, but it should suffice for earning Dory's trust.
That sounds pretty impressive.
Here's the sheet with the informant's location and contact password, and here's the mora for purchasing canned. Don't be cheap. You'll need to spend to catch Dory's eye. If there's any more left over, just know. And be sure to exercise some caution. There have been mantra present in Port Ormos lately.
Mantra?
They belong to the Academia's regulatory body. They also handle cases of illegal canned knowledge transactions. The mantra are razor sharp. You're in for nothing good if they lock their sight onto you. If you two want to back out, now's the time. Okay, then we have a deal. If you succeed in your...
Looking at what Alhasa wrote, tourism... Let's follow these instructions and try to get in contact with him.
Hello. What are you two looking to buy? What a unique palette. We have unripe power fruits.
Following the paper, guys, past the first round.
Roanoke, these two want to buy unripe...
Got it. You two, please follow me. You two have a fascinating fashion sense. We haven't seen a customer wearing a Sumeru rose for quite some time.
Hold on. Let me think. Sumeru rose means common merch. No, look again. We're obviously wearing morning flowers.
My mistake. I do apologize.
Whew. That pop quiz sure was scary.
The warehouse is up ahead. Please follow me. Before I retrieve your products, please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice. Thanks. If better goods come in, you'll be the first to know. You look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy? Before I retrieve your product, please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice. Thanks. It's better goods. You look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
No, that's not it. The paper said that heat stroke is the answer to...
I'm sorry. But as things...
He's cautious of us. Let's take a closer look.
Before I retrieve your please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by... Thanks. You look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
Yep, that's the right answer. But eating hara fruits that makes...
Would you like your hara fruits to be packaged in the Sumeru City or Port Ormo style? Wow, you two sure are generous customers. We'll be sure to package your product. Okay, everything has been confirmed. Miss Dory is waiting for you up at... Shoot, it's the Matra! Run!
What? The Matra? Where? Oh, hey, they were done for us to catch us. We gotta get out of here. We don't know this area, so let's follow that impression.
Time to go.
Hey! They're hiding from the Briscoe Tiger. Come this way! Another password! Huh? Oh, that voice came from behind the building on the right! Here, over here. You can stop running now. So you're the one who was calling out to us just now. But, are we definitely gonna be safe here?
These two good customers wish to buy some hara fruit, Miss Dory. And if there's nothing else, I'll just...
Oh, very good. Thank you. Huh? Wait, you're Dory? I'm unsure to say. What are you trying to say, Princess Pea-Brain? I can be scary enough when I need to be, believe you me. If you don't watch what you say, then you can forget about it, but it seems you've actually done pretty well so far. Not only did you manage to find the informant, your reactions were also pretty sharp. You don't really look like criminals or anything, but I keep that in mind. I'm not sure if that's supposed. I can't risk doing business with people who start huffing and puffing after just a few cases. No matter how much more they might have. Not only will they get caught by the Matra, but they'll also get us into trouble. As decent folks trying to run an honest business. So that's why I prefer to have customers like you. It's your first time here, but don't worry, I won't ask too many questions. Even if you wish to buy enough knowledge capsules to decorate your house with, please, not as long as you have lots of round, shiny Mora. Then we're all good. Yes, of course, of course. Wow, she has a trove of Karen's knowledge. Whew. She'd probably be in serious. What kind of products do you seek, my dear customers? Oh, don't worry, I'm not interested in your reasons. Take this one, for example. An analysis of the sociological technology and dialectics of the Hilichurls. Only 3 people in all of Tibet have ever studied it, making it huge. Who would want to be an expert in that topic? Or how about the architectural styles and construction? With this one, you can become an expert in historic architecture preservation. Ooh, now this sounds like it could be 2 million mora, and it's yours. No discounts. Whoa! That's a lot of mora! Of course, you are free to pick whatever your heart's desire. The contents and price of each knowledge capsule are indicated in small text on the box. Alright, let's try the method that Al-Haytham mentioned. You've really got a good head on your shoulders. Oh, cool. Well, take these, please and thank you. My, oh my. You are blessed with a taste for both the exquisite and the extravagant. Customers, listen. I have a special offer for you two. If you spend just 100,000 more, you can pick any knowledge capsule of your choice up to a value of 1 million. Hey, what now? Hey, did you hear that? Spend another 100K and we get a capsule worth a whole million! But all the 10 knowledge we just bought is easily worth 500,000 more. If we spend just a little more, think about it. We've gone to all this trouble to get this 10 knowledge. And so far, everything we bought belongs to Al-Haytham. Aren't you even the least bit curious about how this whole 10 knowledge thing works? We're talking instant knowledge here. Don't you want to try it yourself? Come on. We still have around 100,000 of Al-Haytham's more left. So let's put it to good use by finding something useful for you. Excellent. Please. Hold on a second. I thought we could choose whatever we... Oh, but my dear customer, the knowledge capsules over here are worth 1 million more each. I'm sure discerning customers like yourselves will be able to find... Oh, Paimon has a bad feeling about this. Let's use Elemental Sight again to check these. So, what did you see? So, they're all worth about the same amount? Well, anyway, the more has already been spent, so let's at least try to find something useful. Let Paimon take a look here. An introduction to traditional Sumeru brewing techniques. The art of growing spices. Not sure we'd ever find volumes 1 through 7, but at least this knowledge should be useful, right? Let's go with this one. Dory, we'll pick this one. Alright, very good. I'm expecting some new bits in the next couple days, so be sure to check back again soon, whether it's canned knowledge or anything else you need. As soon as the story went smoothly enough, let's head to a college Bluetooth and meet up with Al-Haytham. Hopefully now he'll finally tell us about what the Academia lost.
Trust me, I'll find you.
You two made it. And from...
Whoa, there's so many people from the Academia here. Why would you pick this place as our meetup spot?
Well, Wikela Funduk is under the Academia's control, so naturally the Academia has people working here. I came to Port Ormos under the pretense...
You're pretty daring...
Relax. No one here is interested in anything we say, and the Madra won't come here. that, I have to ask, why are you two so intent on tracking it down? You don't have to answer, of course.
Yeah, he just wants to meet the God of Wisdom and ask her about something important. We heard that the Academia had lost something that might...
In that case, you're on the... A short while ago, the Academia lost a knowledge capsule in the desert. It's supposedly a divine...
Wow! There's really such a thing as that? Hey, if we find it, do you think we could learn how...
I highly doubt it has any mystical properties, but it does indeed exist. And it's right...
So, where exactly?
That's what we need to find out next. I won't deny that. I'm investigating because I'm curious as to what the divine... As you know, the Eremites in Port Ormos also have their eyes on it. It is an extremely precious item. The knowledge contained within several brigades have been vying for ownership of it as of late. My personal finances and connections cannot compete with those of the Eremites. After attempting various methods, I finally managed. I agreed to forego ownership of the divine knowledge capsule in exchange for the opportunity to study it. After all, there's no harm in understanding what it is. However, there are those who are less amenable to negotiation. They adamantly believe that the divine knowledge capsule contains the Scarlet King's power, and that he will return to this world when they obtain it. They refuse to let anyone from the Academia tarnish their deity's soul.
So you kept hounding them because they refused to...
Yes. Ain al-Akhmar isn't exactly wealthy, but its members are determined to get that capsule by any means necessary. To that end, so, I've been sabotaging their business to force them into the divine knowledge capsule should be up for a secret auction within the next few days. Each brigade will place their own bid to ensure the capsule's security, and to evade Matra's notice, the winning brigade will not unless I know whose hands the divine knowledge capsule ends up in. My agreements with them will fall through. Dory is the most reliable source of information, but that avenue was previously closed.
In other words, you wanted us to befriend...
Yes, you can say that. The day after tomorrow, go back to Dory and try... If I get the opportunity to study the divine knowledge capsule, I will relay my findings to you. Will that suffice as compensation? Okay.
Before you go, we have...
You two want to try... Doing so right under the Academia's nose is a bit problematic.
Time to go. Time to go.
All right. This place works.
Here.
Sword fighting techniques 8. Huh. A combat class knowledge capsule. This class is something of a rare find these days, since most have been taken by the Eremites to augment their battle capability.
Really? Ah, yeah, what a great buy!
If you want to determine the efficacy of this capsule, I can evaluate your combat ability. However, effects will likely be... We can conduct a controlled experiment where you fight 2 battles. One before using this knowledge. While you fight, we can use an Akasha terminal to monitor your various physical... There may be variances in your physical strength between the 2 tests, as well as a disparity in your opponent's ability.
Wow! Oh, hey, Boom! You must have been... Paimon's curious about something, though. You definitely weren't one of those students who needed canned knowledge to graduate from the Academia, right?
When you are unable to understand a researcher's actions, most cases... All right, let's begin the test.
Into the wind. The wind knows. Into the wind.
All right. I'll link your account. The next step is to use this. Hold it in your hand. I'll help you establish. All right. Time for round 2.
The wind knows.
Now, I'll start.
Oh, hey, Sam. How's it going?
Well, the knowledge capsule you purchased did improve her combat capability. During.
Wait! How much? Dory's such a jerk! She totally escaped!
Of course, this could be because she is so powerful that the capsule's contents were unable to produce a substantial increase. At the very least, this test allowed me to gain more insight into you two. I'm heading back to Akela Funduk. I await your response in 2 days' time. This is Moro.
Welcome back, my loyal patrons. You name it. Canned knowledge, supplies, or anything else. Can you really get us anything we want? Aha! So it appears that canned knowledge alone is no longer sufficient for your opulent appetite. Then please, oblige me. Tell me what you have in mind. Oh! I knew customers with pockets as deep as yours wouldn't have what you know. That kind of information. After all, I had to work really hard to weasel my way into the auction site. Not to mention that if anyone found out that information is accurate. Because to me, anything of value is what I consider to be my supply. Therefore, I must always be aware of what for the information's authenticity. Well, you've no need to worry about that. I used a camera to take a picture of the transaction. That way, no one can dispute it. It's always a pleasure doing business with such sterling patrons. Now that you've paid in full, here's the scoop. The Divine Knowledge Capsule was purchased yesterday by Ein El Ahmar. So you're already from the group has done everything in their power to obtain the Divine Knowledge Capsule. That Divine Knowledge Capsule is unlike any other canned knowledge I've seen before. The capsule is clearly visible in the picture I took. You can look for the info, please. It's my pleasure. It's all thanks to discerning customers such as yourselves. My efforts yesterday. Well, we figured out where the Divine Knowledge Capsule is. It turns out it ended up in the hands of Ein El Ahmar.
Really? Alright. Let's hear it.
Dora even gave us evidence to this.
Look at that. Clear as day. It must have taken some guts just to infiltrate the scene of the Eremites transaction. But then to get Alright. The person in this picture is indeed Misery, the leader of Ein El Ahmar, and the glowing red capsule he's in, which case we play our cards right. When we confront...
I didn't get why you were provoking these Ein El. After we defeat them, we can finally have a serious talk with...
Thank you for your time and efforts. Take a few days off while I make some preparations. Let's meet up again on the... See you then.
Oh, Haytham sure is taking his time. Where could he be? Oh, there he is.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Yep.
Oh, Haytham. I knew you were crazy, but I didn't know you were crazy enough that...
It was I who demanded that these negotiations take place. I was more worried that you might go back on your promise. But to your credit, this is turning into quite an occasion.
Back up. Aren't you the brat from the restaurant the other day? You've come to support this lunatic. I'm not going to mince my words. Once we're done with you, you'll be nothing more than fish food. Get 'em, boys!
Oh, did it come?
Into the wind. The wind melts.
Target acquired! Arrest him!
Do not impede our work. Is that understood, all hasten?
Of course. I was only trying to help.
Take him away!
It looks like he used the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
You mean the Divine Knowledge Capsule did that to him? Oh, yeah. You mean how some researchers go insane after getting...
I've heard of numerous incidents of researchers in Satyavada life going insane. The state that this Divine Knowledge Capsule does appear to be linked to the gods. But beyond that, it doesn't seem any... Did you hear what he said? World, forget me. What could that possibly mean?
If the mantra took him away, then that means the Academia's got the Divine Knowledge Capsule. But still, Paimon didn't expect the Divine Knowledge Capsule would be so...
As things stand, there is no reason for me to remain in Port Ormos.
Oh, we were so busy trying to find the Divine Knowledge Capsule that Paimon forgot to ask...
Truthfully, I don't. Lesser Lord Kusanali appears to... Moreover, since the Academia possesses the Akasha, a symbol of our deity's wisdom, scholars have no reason to desire to make contact with the deity.
Everything about...
I'm heading back to the Academia.
It's almost the day of the Sub-Zero Festival. Maybe we should head back too. We've been rushed off our feet over the past few days, so maybe a little rest and relaxation will do us good. Then we'll part ways here, I'll hasten, until we meet again.
Now, do I deal with this thing first? Or should I produce the report that the higher-ups require?